When I have a child, I want to take them to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I want to take them to the motherland. Let them see that, hey, we're blessed over here. You know, but look at them. They're staying in woods and trees.
Hello beautiful people, how y'all doing today? My name is Mariah David and I'm back again with another interesting video. They say, or he said, it's going to take his children or tell his children, if you don't know, I'm in Africa and I'm in Nigeria. Have people ever seen me standing beside tree or forest before in any of my videos? Let me know, because I really know it was dragged. Like, this video is, I saw this video first on Instagram. I'm like, I went to TikTok again. I saw people were reacting to it, showing different places you can stay in Africa. Like, why at this stage of this 2023, somebody in the US or somebody abroad, you are trying to feel like you are better than people in Africa? Are you serious? Like, don't you have Google? Like, we are living in trees, we don't have lights, no electricity. Really? Well, let me know answer that comment section. Have you seen this video? What was your first impression when you saw this video? Were you like, yeah, it's true, they're living in trees and forests? You know, let me know. Or you felt irritated. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I have few stitches to share with you all, so let's watch the stitches together, and at the end of all the stitches, I will see you all to talk about it.
When I have a child, I want to take them to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I want to take them to the motherland. Let them.
I'm trying to stitch the original, but I can't find it anywhere on TikTok, so I'm assuming that it was taken down. I am an immigrant. I'm not from Africa by any means. Okay, I can't speak to the continent of Africa and what the state of affairs are there. I was born in South America, was born in Guyana. I guess by definition, comparisons, maybe considered a third world country. I've lived here for most of my life, so I have a good frame of reference. And we have to be careful when we make comparisons in regards to countries that we consider poor. Yes, dollar-wise, some, not all, individuals may not have thousands of dollars in the bank. But if I had to compare my upbringing to being an adult in America, we were more wealthy. We may not have had a lot of money, but we were more wealthy. I think sometimes we confuse the dollar signs as being the only definition, I guess, of wealth. But even that statement is outrageous. My question is, has he himself, before you decide to take any child of yours to another country that you consider poor or living in poverty, which poverty exists everywhere, even in America, have you yourself explored all facets, poverty and wealth of another country? Because it almost sounds as if you are, I get where you're coming from, because I think growing up we've said this, like, oh, don't waste food, because you have people in other countries who are doing worse than you. But we have to be careful when we educate our kids and say, well, look what you have in this country and look what people have elsewhere, without even visiting or knowing the details of that country. It's such an ignorant, ill-informed statement for someone who has such a huge platform. I'm starting to realize that having this, a phone, a mic, status, if you want to use that, is dangerous. It's incredibly dangerous. Dangerous to the future of every society.
I have a child, I want to take them to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I want to take them to the motherland. Let them see that, hey, we're blessed over here. You know, but look at them. They're staying in woods and trees.
Now, as I always say, origins always matter. And the source as to why people still think this way about Africa in the year 2023 comes from a couple unlikely sources. First, President Theodore Roosevelt, Tarzan, and the Lion King. Let's get started and learn something new. For Americans, the Africa as animals idea goes back to Theodore Roosevelt's reports on his safari in 1909. Shortly after he left the White House, in a serialized magazine article, Roosevelt thrilled American readers with tales of pursuing big game in a vast, uncivilized land. He actually brought back over 20,000 specimens, including lions, elephants, and rhinoceros. And he also donated them to the Smithsonian Institute. And if you watched my previous videos, you know why the Smithsonian Institute my face is looking like this. If you haven't, go back and watch my previous video. Then, of course, came Tarzan. You know the story about the boy who was raised by apes in the jungle. And like Roosevelt's safari reports, it encouraged Americans to think of the continent as a primitive setting for exotic animals. And most Africans don't come any closer to wildlife than Westerners do, okay? The only place to see wild animals for most Africans is at the zoo, just like Americans. And because of this media, unfortunately, Africa remains a favorite setting for primitive fantasies. And like this article says, it's a symbol and a metaphor, not viewed as a real place. And this ties back to my previous video about Timbuktu and how a lot of people didn't know that Timbuktu was a real place that was a learning center for hundreds of years. Now, don't come for me. We all love the Lion King. Don't come for me. We all love the Lion King. Don't come for me. We all love the Lion King. Okay? I'm just providing facts. That's also why it's also seen as a homogeneous whole rather than a set of different countries and cultures. Trying to make The Lion King true to its location, the movie's creative team did landscape research in Kenya. Yet by situating the film in Africa instead of a specific nation or region, the film also furthered the myth that the continent is a single, undifferentiated entity. And even the movie Madagascar, we got to go in on that, partly takes place in the country, but the plot concerns Central Park Zoo animals who land there by accident. A hippo, lion, giraffe, zebra, all of which are not indigenous to the island nation in the Indian Ocean. Now, I'm not taking up for anybody. In the year 2023, you should be able to Google and look up what you're saying before you start spewing it out on podcasts. But the main culprit here is the ignorance of the real Africa, which allows mass media to substitute it with a mythical one. I hope you learned something new.
Over here, but look at them. They're staying in woods and trees.
So I'm not even going to comment on the video that I stitched. So instead, I'm just going to show you guys my Africa, specifically my South Africa, because that's where I'm from. Living in America, I notice people genuinely don't know. I always just tell people, Google Cape Town. Look how beautiful our beaches are. And we have like stunning mountains as well. This is my favorite street. They have a ton of restaurants further down there. And then they have the beach over here. You can literally go have lunch, go have dinner, and then go on the beach right after. This is my photo from when I was there. I recommend Tiger's Milk. This is also an image from when I went to see the penguins at Boulders Beach. Yes, we have penguins, which is pretty cool. You can actually go on the beach with them, but I wasn't lucky enough. They didn't want to be to the side that you're allowed to be on. Me paddleboarding between people's homes. Examples of homes in Johannesburg. Sandton. This is not the schools everywhere, but I was lucky enough to go to a private school, and this is our campus. Another photo. This is just an example of homes in Knysna, KwaZulu-Natal. Obviously, there's way more, but I just wanted to share a couple of things.
I have a child. I want to take them to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I want to take them to the motherland. Let them see that, hey, we're blessed over here. But look at them. They're staying in woods and trees. So
we have so many fucking problems in this country, in America, that this guy saying this is completely laughable, because I only know like the bare minimum of things that are happening on the damn big ass continent of Africa. That him saying this is so funny, because it's like we are seeing the reemergence of like white supremacy and like Nazism. The children, the young boys are getting indoctrinated to be incels. Our school system is in shambles. There's states in this country where we have no drinking water. Oh, and by the way, as of today, September 18th, 10:38 a.m., there's a flying jet plane that's unmanned, that's flying on autopilot, that the government cannot get down and they cannot find it. It could be literally over my head right now and fall right on me. And those planes can fly 6 to 8 hours. The government doesn't even know where it is. This cost like $80 million. But yeah, woods and trees. And by the way, that's the same thing, you know? That's the same thing. Woods and trees are the same thing, fool. Worry about your own problems. Ask yourselves why you're repeating white supremacist talk points, and then ask yourself why you have an embroidered cotton ball on your shirt.
When I have a child, I want to take them to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I want to take them to the motherland. Let them.
I'm sure if you just watch that clip, you're going to think like I thought, that he's going to say something enlightening and passionate and something about culture or heritage and stuff. He doesn't. He proceeds to say something incredibly idiotic and offensive to the African diaspora. Like, it's just really bad. And it was stitched by someone who might be, you know, somewhere in Africa, like in a country within Africa. And I had the notion to like respond and be like, this is not all African Americans. And I realized that I sounded like this is not all men. And I realized it does not matter. Like he is correcting an African American, and as much as I want to show like this like level of solidarity, it's a waste, because I should be talking to that creator and other African Americans about
The way media have painted Africa like we are living in the zoo, we don't have water, no electricity. There's one particular lady, I don't know if you guys have seen this girl on TikTok, if you really watch TikTok videos. She like make sarcastic answers, like some people comment on her page, oh, so you people have electricity you people have electricity in Africa. She will now go to the tree and say, no, we don't have electricity, or this is what we do. Oh, you people have internet in Africa. Like, I feel like media has actually made it look as if people in Africa, we don't even wear clothes. We are living with animals in the bush. We are suffering. We are poor. You know, like, we don't even, like, do you all know Dangote? Do you know him? Do you know he's from Africa? So let me tell you something. Some people, someone living in Africa doesn't mean the person is poor, or the person is as low IQ, or the person is suffering. It doesn't always come that way. And let me tell you that countries that you find poor people and you find rich people, that is how it is in Africa. I'm in Nigeria, in Lagos, and Lagos is a mega city. Lagos is so beautiful. There are places in Lagos that are so beautiful. Houses there cannot be compete. We have beaches, we have different things. But there are also places in Lagos that when you get there, you will know that, so people are living in this kind of place. Even me, I can't live there. So it is just normalized. Everybody cannot have, all fingers cannot be equal. Even in the US as well, I see videos that people are living on the streets, homeless people that are poor, even people that have money. So it can be equal. You telling us that when you have children, you take them back to Africa, or tell them that, see, Africa, or you over there, you are blessed. We Africans, we are not blessed. Do you know how many natural resources we are blessed with? Should I start counting? Like, I'm just talking in the aspect of Nigeria. We still have South Africa. We have other places. There's Ghana. Should we talk about Ghana? Like, I don't understand. When I saw the video, I was just like, really? This 2023, some people are still thinking this way? It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Aside from the fact that Africans are always running to come to US, Africans always want to come to the US, and same as other country people always want to come to Africa because of the things they know they are benefiting in Africa. In Lagos here, this part of the Lagos that I'm in, a lot of Chinese people are, as in they have businesses here. a lot of Chinese people are coming here to establish this place because they know what they are gaining. The other side, that you see Indians everywhere. So as people are leaving, people are coming. So it is not like because things are hard here, it doesn't mean some people are not still making the money. So people are making the money. It's not that people are poor. It's, in short, most of our families are in the US or UK, Canada, all those places. People in Nigeria, they even tell you that we know that you guys are wealthy than us because of the tax they pay. We don't even do so much of those things. So when I see videos like this, I just like, but there is internet. All you need is just Google, guy. Just Google this thing and see how African people are they really staying in trees and woods. Like for real, you need to travel, guy. You need to travel. And I don't know how many people have this mentality. Like, if you have this mentality, please just stop it. We are not suffering over here. Like, I feel personally attacked. I feel personally attacked. We are not suffering over here. Yes, we know. People have been whitewashed, but we are not suffering over here. Please. Thank you so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And of course, I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.